I've got a bit of hay fever, so if my eyes look a bit red, that's why. Today's video is based on a comment that I got on a video, which was from a lovely lady, and she said, what can I do about my upper lip area sweating and the makeup just going ugh, and being vile and horrible? Great question, my gorgeous person, great question. So I've got some tips for you here, if I can find them in my phone. The stuff that I write on in my phone, shocking. Where is it? It's on the messages on my computer. We'll just have to wing it. Okay, so no matter what you do, tip one, you will have to blot. You'll always have to blot that area. So bear that in mind. Regardless of the tips, blot. You need to blot. Okay, tip number two. Remember in my video where I talked about setting sprays, spray a sponge with a setting spray. Move it across the area that's sweating. Sometimes it's here. For me, it's the forehead, right by the hairline. Use that first, setting spray, then apply a foundation, then go over again with a setting spray, set with powder, set with setting spray. Very important. I know it's like, but these are the things you have to do. Another thing you can do, which I mentioned many years ago in a video, which is to use powder first. So however you're using your powder, I got it on the back of a sponge. Before you do your foundation, powder the area that's important. Then go over with your foundation with a sponge, not a brush, because the textures won't work very well. So go over with your foundation with the same sponge, then repowder. That's a great way. That will take you through quite a while. You can combine that tip with the setting spray one, Scandinavia, my favorite. So you can do all of that. That works really well. Tip number three, just having a little itch there. Tip number three is face masks. Sleep in a face mask with the areas that are problematic for you and make sure it's an oil absorbing one. So if it's just here, pop on a face mask overnight, wash it off in the morning, try not to apply anything to emollient to this area, and then just apply a foundation as you will. That will be great because that will absorb a lot of the oil and can really make a big difference as you go on throughout the day. Really good. Tip number four, this is a really good one. I probably need an example. Here's an example. Okay, so this you're going to carry with you. You're going to have to pop it in a little baguette or whatever it is because you don't want this in your purse lolling around. So get a sponge. Powder puff, I'm sorry, I'm having a hell of a day. Powder puff. What you want to do is you want to load this with powder. So have your powder, turn it upside down, shake it, and you'll have powder impregnated in it. Then turn it into a taco and rub it together like this. Then do it again the other way and really work the powder into the product, okay? So there should be, when you open it up, no powder, it's dirty, right? But you get the message. So you shouldn't see any powder on the top. Then all you do throughout the day when you need to is, and that releases the powder. And then you go on your merry way and you blot the areas of your face that are nasty, pop it back into its little baguette, take it out later, and you see the powder coming up. So cool. I'm a genius, if I do say so myself, because no one else does. Okay, so that's another tip. Now here's another one, tip number 5. I used Huda then, Huda, she's lovely. Okay, so tip number 5. This is one you cannot use every day because it disrupts the natural pH levels of your skin, which is never good. But you can use milk of magnesia, apply a very thin coating to the area that is bothersome. This is really for like you're going out somewhere really special. Pop it on. It'll go white. Don't pick cherry or chocolate flavors. Original, pop it on, pop your foundation over it. That absorbs oil like nobody's business. But don't use it every day because it's irritating to the skin in the long term. But once in a blue moon, ain't gonna hurt. That's what I say. And here's tip number 6. Now I don't recommend this tip, but I got this tip because I phoned up a friend of mine and asked them about it because I remember her mentioning it. Underneath my armpits, I use Dry Claw. Now Dry Claw is one of these products that you apply at night, you sleep in it for a couple of nights, Then you just wash as normal, and you don't need to use it for 4, 5, 6 days. It just destroys your skin. It just does. Oh, something popped out there. Apologies. Now it's back where it belongs. So I use dry claw because I sweat a lot and it's pretty nasty. You wouldn't want to get naked with me. That's all I'm saying. And my friend, she would, it's like like a roller top. She would rub her finger over the roller top, go to sleep at night and apply it to the lip area, right? And it's like a really strong, like it is super strong antiperspirant. And she'd do that for a couple of nights. And then this area where she put it, she's like, it don't sweat nothing. Nothing comes off. It's dry all day long. Now, I thought I'd tell you because it's a bit of fun. I do not recommend it. So don't go being all pissy on the keyboard because I'm not recommending it. I'm just stating it because it's really funny. I used to know a girl who would draw her eyebrows on with a Sharpie. I don't recommend that either because she looked absolutely shocking. But she loved it and she's lovely. So you go for it, whatever makes you happy. But those were some Groucho Marx eyebrows with a Sharpie. I don't recommend that either, but I'm sharing it because it's a bit of fun. But this is what she did. Worked a treat, she said. Of course, her upper lip eventually fell off, but that's neither here nor there. Didn't sweat anymore. That's my tips. There you go. That is them. But pick whichever one you think is going to work best for you. But this is a great one. Just pop it in, consistently powder that area. You're going to be pretty good all day long. You are going to constantly need to touch it up. That's just the nature of the game. Face masks, powder first, foundation, setting sprays, layering, pushing, all works really well. There you go. That's your lot. Because my eyes are sore and I'm going to go and sit down and rock back and forth by myself. Always. See you next time. Bye-bye.